Bitcoin has just hit my price target at $50,000. So watch to the end where I give you my new price target, which is way higher than you think. And I'm going to tell you the exact strategy that I used to come up with this target. Look, it's 2012. Bitcoin is at $5. Don't you wish you bought it then? Me too. Unfortunately, I took a boat ride on Regent's Park, which cost £10, and I would have had 2 Bitcoin, which was worth 100 grand now. So I essentially paid £100,000 for boat riding. But even if I did buy Bitcoin then, I probably would have bought pizza with it like this guy. Or I just would have sold it at 1K, at 5K, at 10K, who really knows? But should you buy Bitcoin at $50,000? Poop Trader thinks we should buy it at $50,000. Why? Sell all your belongings, it's going to 1 million. FOMO, FOMO, wee! No! Shh, that's why he has the helmet, because he keeps crashing and burning. Don't listen to poop traders. Not unless you want to end up with a poop folio instead of a portfolio. So what strategy can I use then, Josh? The simplest and best strategy is the dollar cost averaging strategy, and I will explain this and then I'll tell you my new sell target. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Josh Morris and I'm not a FOMO moon boy. I'm not a Bitcoin hater either. I really think the technology is incredible. I'm somewhere in the middle. I know it has massive potential, but I want to invest and trade safely in the market. So hit that subscribe button and follow me on this journey, and we'll see if these crazy targets can get hit and how you can trade safely as an investor in the process. Now, crypto, I think, is the future. Maybe it's not Bitcoin. For example, in this article where MasterCard may be getting into crypto, they're not going to do it with Bitcoin. They need to do it with something that is more stable. So they're looking at stable coins like US dollar Tether or maybe USDC. Who really knows? Bitcoin, however, it's a community of free money, and I don't mean free money, I mean free from governments and banks and institutions, and Bitcoin holders have been rewarded. The hodlers have been rewarded. So, should you buy in here at $50,000? Yes, buy in, let's go, FOMO! No! Shut up, poop trader. Are we at value? Where's value? Well, that depends. Where is value? Before I say where I think value for Bitcoin is, I have to make a point. We are in an absolutely massive bull market right here. Even if you just look at the relative strength index, we have a W working in RSI. Now it is extremely overbought, which means you should not be buying here because it could easily just dump back down and go into an oversold territory or come back down to a normal place. But we are in a really strong bull market. So from here we could go to 60K, we could go to 80K, we could even go to 100K, but it doesn't mean that it's the correct thing to buy right now because we don't have an area to frame our risk. You need to wait for some sort of consolidation or a pullback and get in safely. So where might the market pull back to? There are 2 strategies that I'm going to give you right now that can help you get into Bitcoin safely. These 2 lessons, if you just take these away from the video, then you will be a much stronger and better trader and set up to ride this Bitcoin future that we're going into. So the first one is the dollar cost averaging method. So I already mentioned this. I want to explain it as simply as this. If you want to buy Bitcoin now, then you simply take the amount that you want to buy and break it up into 50 sections. For example, if you have 100K in your bank and you want to invest 5% of that, so 5,000, you split up 5,000 into 50 parts, that is £100 each part, and you invest that weekly. No matter what the price, you just invest that weekly. I'm gonna invest the whole thing at once and it's gonna go to 100K, woo! The problem with investing everything you have at once and hoping that it goes to 100K, well, what if it goes down just a little bit? What if it goes down to 40K or 30K or 20K, or it comes into those reload zones at 15K? Then you're stuck with all of your investment being at 50K and you're not able to get back in. You get it? He doesn't get it. Poop traders will never learn. They'll always put all of their money into an investment and never dollar cost average. So dollar cost average, so no matter where the price goes, you can get in at an average price. Strategy number 2 is to buy value on Bitcoin. So I mentioned this before. Where is value on Bitcoin? So the first place is the reload zone. You have to go into the reload zone. So here is how you find it. You draw a reload zone from the bottom to the top, and then when it comes down to this 14,000 to 22,000 range, if it ever comes down there, that's a place to invest a higher amount of money. However, if you want to buy right now, then you have to dollar cost average and slowly get in, or wait for a consolidation like this that happened around the 30,000 range. It went up to 40,000, came down to 30, it consolidated, put in this W, and that's where you could have got in again. So you have to wait for those consolidations. Now I want to tell you why my price target was 50K and what my new price target was. So it all started with using a method called the Feigenbaum number. And Feigenbaum is a mathematician who discovered this number as a universal constant, which is in water flows, which is in nature, which is in population growth. It's in everything that we find in the universe. And of course, it's in the charts. The charts are made up of human beings, human people. So the chart represents a natural event. So Feigenbaum shows up in this chart as an extension, and I will show you how to draw that. What we're going to do is draw an extension from the tops to the bottom. So this top right here at $300, down to the bottom at $63, that was in 2013. You can see that paints an extension of 4.669 up around $1,000. Well, look what frickin' happened. It came and it hit Feigenbaum's number and then dumped immediately afterwards. This constant is so powerful, and it's a great way of creating targets in the charts. Let's look at what happened the next time it did this. And look how much it dumped. It came down from $1,000 down all the way back down to into this range that we previously had set up. So let's set up another Feigenbaum and see where that takes us. So right now I've drawn another extension to see where it would take us, and right here 4.669 is around 4,800. So you can see when the price came and hit that 4,800, it dumped down almost 50% to 2,900. Absolutely incredible how it respected these levels, but in this case it pushed even beyond, and that was the crazy run of 2017. So sometimes the market can even take you beyond this Feigenbaum's level. So how did I get to my target of 50K? Well, look at this. If you go all the way into 2018 to 2020 and you draw the exact same thing from the middle right here, 13,000, down to the bottom of 2020 at around 3,800, and you see where that extension goes, it's almost incredible how this target gets hit. Look at that. 4.669 is right here at 50,500. That's why it was my price target. But what is my next price target? How am I calculating that? Now I have to warn you before I show you this crazy price target that every time we hit Feigenbaum's constant, we seem to dump again. So now that we're sitting at this 4.669 level, that's why the poop trader is gonna lose, is gonna crash. That's why he's wearing his crash helmet, because at this 4.669, you often see massive dumps where it comes down 50%. Right here, it could come back down to the reload zone at 20,000, down to 13,000. And we talked about value before. And if you think about value of Bitcoin, a digital gold, which is technically a commodity, technically a currency, what is the value of a commodity? Well, it's the cost of production. So if you take into account the cost of mining, electricity, and all the costs that go into mining Bitcoin, the actual cost is down around 11 to 14,000, right? Some mining costs are a little bit higher, up to around 20,000, but you can see the cost of production is down by these ranges. So that's where you want to be getting in. You don't want to be doing what the poop trader is doing and putting all your money in at the top. And if anything, you want to be dollar cost averaging in as it comes down and consolidates. So now let's look at my price target. What I'm going to do is draw a Feigenbaum's constant from the top of 2017 around 19,000 to the bottom at 3,200, and let's see where this bad puppy takes us. Wow, it's even off the chart. So let's see. The first 4.669 is at $80,000. $100. So that is an insane target, really, really high, and also really realistic, and we're not that far away from it. Now, should we dump before we get there? Maybe. Can we go straight there? Maybe. This market is completely nuts, and the highest one is at $140,000. $150,000! Poop Trader is really excited, but that doesn't mean that you invest everything right here. Just stay there. Dollar cost averaging safely, and you can ride this rocket ship up. Now, this is a crazy price target, but will we hit it? I want you to subscribe to this channel because we are going to stick around and see what happens. Are we going to hit it? Are we going to dump along the way and consolidate? What's going to happen? Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on this journey. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, and we're taking Poop Trader with us no matter what happens. So hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. FOMO! 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 We are in FOMO! We are in FOMO! This poop pillow is a stupid idea. Right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.